What is up, my fellow friends? My name is Roy here. Welcome back. And today we are going to talk about Monster Hunter. And before we do that, here are the top 10 most wanted monsters, in my opinion, most wanted monsters in Monster Hunter world. So, first, if you guys don't know where I got this information from, make sure you go check out Monster Hunter Wiki. Just type in Monster Hunter Wiki and you get into this page, and it's basically done by under the fandom here. So without further ado, let us talk about the top 10 most wanted monsters in Monster Hunter world. So hang on there, give me a moment because I just drank Coke. Alright, my bad, a small little burp. So here are the top 10 my most favorite monsters and also the most wanted monsters in Monster Hunter world. So before we go any further, here are a few lists here. Now I understand that some of you guys will say, dude, you don't have the monsters I wanted that I requested for you. I can't do that because I only have to make a 10 listed. However, I will do an honor an honor request on another separate video or maybe later and stuff, and do a separate video about it. So anyway, back to the topic. Here are the top 10 list, and first we have is Kushala Daora, one of my most favorite monsters in the game of all time, one of my most anticipated and also wanted monsters to be appearing in Monster Hunter world. So if you guys don't know what Kushala Daora is, basically it's an elder dragon, and also it was introduced in Monster Hunter 2 and Freedom Unite. So this came from the portable version, the PlayStation Portable, and this Kushala Daora, this dude is a fucking monster. It is a beast, and it's a dangerous guy, because when dealing with Kushala Daora, you need a lot of practice, you need a lot of mastering when dealing with a dude who has the aura ability to kind of push you back. So in English, you call it Kushala Daora, but in Japanese, you call it Kusharu Daora. And the English for the title is called the Steel Dragon. So if you guys don't know, I will read to you guys the physiology. Kushala Daora is a four-legged elder dragon with a pair of widely spreading wings. Its skin is plated with metal that makes weapons bounce off without enough sharpness. Kushala Daora has numerous horns lining its head and sharp claws off each of its legs. So this is what the Kushala really looks like, because there are two types of Kushala Daora. One is the rusted Kushala Daora, and one is the new Kushala Daora. So this is the new Kushala Daora, not the rusted Kushala Daora. So rusted Kushala Daora is when before he molted into the steel Kushala Daora, which is this Kushala Daora. So the rusted Kushala Daora is the molting stage. So abilities. Kushala Daora have the ability to manipulate strong winds, creating a wind barrier, which is the wind aura that basically kind of push you back, preventing you from making a strike on the dragon. Wind barrier that surrounds it during rage mode. The wind barrier can knock a hunter back, making the hunter vulnerable to Kushala Daora's attack. The wind barrier also makes it difficult to the hunter to attack its body, except for head and the tail. However, the wind barrier can be weakened by poisoning it. So if you have poisoning daggers, you can basically kind of throw it on the enemy, or you have any other poison weapons, you can kind of like damage the enemy with poison, and that way the enemy will kind of like stagger and lose the wind ability, the wind barrier, so that it won't push you back. So that is the one thing to deal with a Kushala Daora who has that kind of effect. Behavior. Kushala Daora can be observed drinking water in the jungle and eating or in the Area 7 in the jungle. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. That's correct. So Monster Hunter Freedom Unite is the remake. It's like not a remake version, but kind of like a remastered kind of thing, or edition kind of thing. You can basically call it an edition, also can. So Kushala Daora can be found in two separate areas. One is the tundra, and the other one is the jungle. So Kushala Daora will shed skin after it is rusted, although there are rusted Kushala Daora that hasn't shed its skin recently. So Kushala Daora, the rusted Kushala Daora is before the molting stage. It's basically the before, and this normal Kushala Daora is the after. So this is the top 10. So we're going to head to top 9. I mean on the number 9. So number 9 is Nargacuga, one of my favorite monsters in Monster Hunter series, and it appeared in the Monster Hunter number 2, Freedom Unite. In Monster Hunter 2, Freedom Unite, Nargacuga is actually one of the coolest monsters, but also very ferocious, and its ferocity is madness. So when he goes on rage mode, beware, he will lead up a glowing red eyes, which actually when it moves, it kind of it has a trace of red line to it, and it's quite scary when you're dealing with Nargacuga. So if you're dealing with Nargacuga, there's a high possibility that you might not survive because of its speed and how fast it could go. So this is how dangerous a Nargacuga can be. It has a black scale, black fur, and nightmarish red eyes, giving it the look and style of a predatory Black Panther. Its dark feral appearances suggest that it may mainly be a nocturnal predator. This wyvern has been sighted within the Great Forest. So yeah, this wyvern actually kind of mostly sighted on the Great Forest side in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, but on the third, it kind of focuses more on the jungle and the old village and stuff, the old swamp, and that's all it kind of appeared also in the third generation. So when it's rage mode, its eyes glow bright red and leave a trail. Like I said, it kind of leaves a small little line where it, you know, those kind of like cool ninjas, like they run through the darkness and like run to the shadows, and then it leads out a glowing red light, kind of cool stuff. Like, you know, the Metal Gear Rising, how Raiden, he kind of has his red eyes glowing and stuff. So when it's in rage mode, its eyes glows bright red and leaves a trail of reddish lines. When Nargacuga moves, also its tail erects large spikes. So when this guy uses his tail attack, beware, because he is really dangerous with both his wings are blades. Both his wings are blades, and not only that, his tail is spiked, and he can even shoot out spikes. So this is one of the most dangerous things. So this guy, I really wanted him to come also to be appearing on Monster Hunter World, and also same as Kushaladora. So these are also the monsters that I chose as well to be appearing on the Monster Hunter World. So yeah, this, like I said, this is the top 10 wanted monsters to be appearing on Monster Hunter World. So let's go on. Where was I? Also, its tail erects large spikes which all can be flung and linked up with its attack for devastating hits. Yes, because it can shoot out spikes from its tail. It doesn't actually kind of breathe out fire. It kind of only shoots out because the tail spike is its range attack. So devastating hits. Their vertebrae and tail muscles are extremely flexible, making the tail of a Nargacuga prehensile. Is it prehensile? Yeah. Its tail is also its most powerful weapon. Like I said, the tail is also one of the most strongest weapons for Nargacugas. The scales at the end of the tail can also be shaken to produce rattling sounds similar to that of a rattlesnake. Like Yankutku, they are surprised by the shock of sound, sonic bombs or barrel bombs, which will make them enter rage mode as soon as they recover. Nargacuga's face can be broken, can its wing be cut with can its wings be cut? Oh, so it's breakable and not cut off, but can be broken but not cut off. If Nargacuga's tail has been damaged enough, it can be cut off, but only during a state of rage. This way, the tail cutting is changed in Monster Hunter Portable Turret. Now the tail can be severed when not in rage mode. It is almost immune to pitfall traps unless it is rage mode or put to sleep. Nargacuga has the ability to attack and with almost every part of its body, mainly its bladed wings and its spiked tail. Its head can be used by biting, similar to Tigrex. Its bladed wings are used almost for the entire battle and deal high damage. Its tail tip, which can be cut with a white bar or sharpness or above, is extremely dangerous when it is in rage mode. Its tail spikes protrude until it gets out of it. Although they will protrude when it uses tail slams and it shoots tail spikes. Nargacuga also can has extremely strong muscles that let it jump long distances and tall heights. So this is the abilities for Nargacuga. So I'll let you guys continue reading about the behavior and the habitats and others as well. So this is what Nargacuga is. The only dangerous thing I hate dealing with a Nargacuga is the tail, and it's right, because the tail can actually stretch out a few distance away that can lead a small range of attack that can actually kind of deal massive damage to you. So you need a strong armor, like, how do you say, you need, I think you need a dragon resistant, I think, or you need full defense, because this one used more on physical. So like I said, I've got to mention about the title. So the title of this dragon is called the Swift Wyvern. The Japanese is unknown. I can't really speak Japanese. So yeah, onward to the next one is Orochi Kirin number. What was I now? No, top 8, number 8. Not, I should say top 8. Number 8, Orochi Kirin. I really want this dude to appear in Monster Hunter World, but sadly, it actually might not appear because of how the map is created. But I think maybe they would appear. I just do not know when, or maybe they would. I don't know. I seriously don't know. So Orochi Kirin is a subspecies of Kirin. Kirin is the normal type, and I do not like the normal Kirin, because this normal Kirin, it looks badass, but I just don't like it. So I like the Orochi Kirin a lot more than this one. The Orochi Kirin is my favorite. So let it load for a while. I don't know why it's lagging. So the Orochi Kirin is a subspecies of Kirin introduced in Monster Hunter 4. It is shown in inhabited the Everwood and the Tower Summit. So this one in Monster Hunter, I think it's the X, Monster Hunter X, which is the appearing on the 3DS. This monster is literally the most awesome looking creature I have ever seen in the 3DS version. Now the Orochi Kirin is actually one of the most ferocious, even more ferocious than a normal Kirin. But the Orochi is also one of the most coolest and one of the most interesting monsters to deal with. So that's one thing I like about Orochi. So physiology, unlike the ordinary Kirin, the subspecies body is mainly a dark navy blue with violet stripes throughout it. Its mane is black. Its mane is black with light purple tips, and its eyes are a luminous red. In addition, its horn is larger, has a pinkish color, and features a spiraling ridge from the base of the tip. So this is spiraling ridge. It's basically like a crystal form, pink color horn, same as the Kirin as well, glowing white horn. But actually, I like this Kirin more than the normal Kirin. It's like, this is like the dark version of a Kirin. So onward to the next one, number 7 is our dear old friend Ukanlos. Ukanlos is basically one of my favorite Elder Dragons to deal with. Orochi Kirin is also an Elder Dragon, but it's a subspecies Elder Dragon. So Ukanlos is actually the coolest, yet the most awesome, most powerful dragon to deal with. Not exactly the most powerful, but it does extreme damage. So Ukanlos is actually quite easy to kill, but you have to be careful of its attack and how he plays around. So you really have to play with friends when you're dealing with Ukanlos, because if you're playing with friends, it's a lot more easier than playing solo. Except the difference is that the life bar changes when you're playing solo. The life bar kind of decreases a little bit more. Let me have a drink first because my throat is quite dry. Okay, let's talk about the physiology. Okay, Ukanlos' close resemblance as Arcanto, which I will be talking about soon, in body structure, and possesses the same quadruplet gait. It has a silvery white carapace, which features a row of large jagged fins along its back. It has a small compact face, which features glowing yellow eyes, sharp teeth, and a massive shovel-like chin. Like I said, because this one of his movements is that he can use his shovel on his face to kind of scoop up the enemy and lift the enemy airborne, and then continue doing some special attacks. So that's one of the dangerous things about Ukanlos. But the problem is also he is quite slow, and he is really tough because you need a lot of sharpness to kind of deal some damage. and also have more penetration. So before we continue doing the physiology, I'm continuing talking about the abilities on how to deal with this guy. Titles: The Tyrant of Ice, the White God. So this is the English. There's also the Japanese and the Korean as well. Don't know why it's called a flying wyvern, but it does not seem like this dragon is a flying wyvern. It's more like a four-legged ground wyvern than a flying wyvern. I just don't get it, but it's okay. So its macerated shovel-like chin allows it to fling up large chunks of ice and to dig into the frozen ice surface. So there are two range attacks it can do. I forgot because it can also scoop up ice and then it can lift it off, and then land on the enemy by aiming. It also can shoot off ice powers. So it's basically ice breath ability along with scooping up the ice and then lifting it up like a catapult. So dig into the frozen icy surface once it's underground. Oh, because also it can dig underground as well, just like a Cephalos. And yeah, it's just like another version of Cephalos. The row of large razor-sharp fins running along its spine helps it to cut through the ice while swimming. It can produce an ice beam from its mouth. Like I said, it has another range attack instead of like taking a small chunk of soil and then fling it upwards to the enemy. It can also like use ice breath to kind of like use it as a range. That's the cool thing about Unkanlos, because Unkanlos is a bit tough to kill, but he is fun to actually he is kind of awesome to see how he fights and how he does. So you have to be really careful and you have to understand its movements in order to deal some massive damage, because I fought with Unkanlos before and it was not easy, and until I like fought him like 20 times with my friend, because my friend needs the material and so I do need the materials as well. I got him as many materials as possible, managed to grab hold of that, managed to create a good ass weapon, and damn, it's my whole entire way of the Monster Hunter quest has gone easier and easier for me. So let me just drink another sip of my tea here, because I talk a lot and my throat is kind of dry right now. Alright, on to the where was I? And it's known to use its heavy body weight to crush opponents. So yes, it kind of lifts up the entire. It has one of these attack, like he lifts out his entire body and then lifts forward a little bit and then kind of like do a sumo wrestling slam on you. So that's one of the dangerous thing about an Unkanlos. And it's known to use its heavy body to crush the enemy. Despite its great size and weight, Unkanlos is known to be able to leap significant distance. Yes, it can actually leap forward and deal a belly damage on you. Not barely, sorry, like a belly flop on on water. But instead, you're gonna get crushed by this dude. And being crushed like this on this dude, it's possible that you're actually gonna get an insta kill, because even though you have a good armor, it actually has a large chance, quite a big chance where you get an insta kill when he's on rage mode. So I won't talk about his behavior. Oh wait, his behavior is quite short. Unkanlos lives a solitary life and fiercely territorial to any who intrude upon its land. So this creature is literally really a territorial dude. No wonder, because I read on the lore about Unkanlos, the other lore about Unkanlos, how he lives and stuff is similar. So I really do trust the wiki. So onward to the next one, number 6 is Acanthor. Acanthor is not another version of Unkanlos, but Acanthor is the lava version of Unkanlos. Unkanlos is more like a tundra kind of icy dragon, but Acanthor is more like the fire, most grievous dude. So I like Acanthor because he is ferocious, he is deadly, he is fun to kill, but he is really a little bit tough, because you need really experienced friends who played this guy before, who killed this guy before. So English name Acanthor, titles Supremacy Wyvern. Yes, he looks damn supremacy. So physiology: it has strong forelimbs, thick spikes, a clawed tail, and a large tusk. The Acanthor bears a strong resemblance of Tigrex. It is true, because Tigrex has the resemblance exactly the same, but Tigrex, the movesets and the abilities and all the attacks from a Tigrex is somehow similar to the Acanthor. So it's basically like Acanthor is basically like a copy of Tigrex, and I'll talk about Tigrex later. The differences being that Acanthor has only the barest nubs of 4 wings left, making it capable of flight of immense size and dramatically slows down its movements. So this guy can actually do a leap also, same as the Ukanlos, and can also dash like a Tigrex, like runs like a Tigrex. And it kind of shoots out fire as well, if I can remember, because I fought with Encanto and it was not fun. It was really not fun when I'm playing solo, because you can play solo, but it's not fun at all. Encanto are so powerful, they can have extremely negative effects on the environment they reside in. Predator and prey flee from Encanto, and only the largest wyverns and elder dragons even dare challenge them. So there are other elder dragons and the largest wyverns, like the Gravius. There's one cinematic on the Freedom Unite that the Gravius kind of fought with the Encanto, and really the Encanto basically kind of wrecks almost all the large wyverns and almost all the elder dragons as well. Behaviors: Encanto are highly aggressive and predatory. They are shown to be more than capable of taking down a Gravius. Like I said, they are really strong. They will attack and kill almost anything on sight, often letting out a deafening roar. Yes, so basically when it does a roar, the roar is actually a long range roar. So even though you're trying to escape from the range, you still will get it no matter how far you get. So that's one of the dangerous things you have to be careful with. Habitat: Encanto is found in the battleground with the Monster Hunter Portable Turret. It is fought in the Lava Canyon, and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is fought in the Ingle Isle. Yes, this and because I played on the Portable Turret, I didn't play on the Ultimate. I played Turret. I fought against this guy, and it was so tough to go alone. So that's the Encanto. Onward to the 5th one. So so far we're already on the 4th, 5th. Oh, we're right now on the. We're right now going to go for the 6th, which is number 4. Yes, number 4 is Gokmazios. Yes, Gokmazios is actually one of my most favorite monsters. Elder dragons as well. I think this is the elder. Yeah, it is an elder dragon, but it only sadly appeared on Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and this only appeared on the 3DS. So if you guys don't know what Gokmazios is, he is basically the title is for him is called the Giant Halberd Dragon. Basically, he is a mud oil dragon, but he is really dangerous to fight. But he is easy to kill. He is quite easy to kill because first of all, his attacks actually give a lot of opportunities to kind of escape. Like if you're going on a run spree and you're trying to dodge attack, it's really easy to dodge. But when it's on a rage mode, you have to be really careful on its attack. But then again, you have a large opportunity to kind of run away through under its limbs when it's going to try to perform an attack on you and stuff. It's quite easy to run away from him. But the only problem is that the moment you get an impact from one of his attacks, you're going to have a lot of trouble because it's going to take down a lot of health from you. So he is also really dangerous. So let me just talk about this. Gokmazios is a massive elder dragon with a structure similar in the nature to that of Gormagala and Shagaru Magala. So these two monsters here are from the 4 Unite as well, but they are the virus monsters. They are the virus dragons. I will talk about this too later. It has a large heavy head with red eyes and rows of sharp teeth. But it uses the oil laser. Yes, it has the oil laser thing. It's a long range oil laser, which actually kind of does a lot of damage as well. It's a fire dragon and also can enact like a small little minefield, cause a small little explosion, and also leaks out oil so that slowly when you get caught by it, it's basically like a trap. It kind of passively it performs a trap where the moment you walk underneath and then you got stuck by one of his patch of oil, if you're not fast enough to get rid of that oil in you, you are probably going to get screwed because if he's on rage mode, he can be a little bit fast. So that's one of the dangerous things. A glowing pattern reminiscent of a skull, is present beneath its chin, giving the semblance of a second face. Because he has a second face underneath his chin, so it's basically like a skull-looking face. So where was I? A glowing pattern reminiscence of, okay. Giving it its in the semblance of second phase. Its wing arms feature membranes that almost completely retract then when not in use, and its body is covered in thick, powerful scale carapaces and spines of an indigo coloration. Perhaps the most notable features of the Gotmazio's body is ever-present covering of a sticky tar-like substance which it uses to incapacitate prey, and the presence of an ancient Dragonator lodged in its back. So that was, I think, the reason why there was a Dragonator on its back, because I've seen people fought this thing before and there was a Dragonator behind its back. So this Dragonator is actually one. I think this Gotmazios went and fought against a fortress before, and they tried attempting to spear a Dragonator behind his back. It didn't really go quite well. It ended up sticking on it. So that's one of the most. This thing is freaking ferocious, but cool at the same time. Abilities: despite of its enormous size, Gotmazios is fully capable of flight takes. Thanks to its incredible powerful wings and presumable light skeleton. It is capable of firing a laser-like beam or superheated oil at attackers, and can use its immense size and weight to batter opponents into submission. Yes, because it charges up and also kind of like has the because when you're on top of a building, because you're going to need to go along a lot of times going on top high ground to get all the fortress weaponaries to kind of deal damage on Gotmazios. He tends to kind of push you, like hits the building and then creates an eruption. Not exactly an eruption, but like a small little quake that kind of shakes you and kind of makes you deal a slight damage. But it is also really dangerous. So behavior. I think I should let you guys read the behavior and the habitat because I don't want to waste too much time. So that is Gotmazios. I will slow you for you guys. I'll just look down one more time to let you guys read abilities and behavior and habitat. So, onward to the next one. We're down to 4, so this is number. Wait, hang on. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. All right, so that means. Oh yeah, I'm on number 6. Yeah, okay. So this is number 4 right now, and number 4 is Tigrex. My 4th list is Tigrex. Now, I really want to see Tigrex because there is a big opportunity for Tigrex to be appearing in Monster Hunter World. But I'm not guaranteeing it because Tigrex, he is mostly used in almost every generations of the Monster Hunter series, but except for the first Monster Hunter. So let us talk about Tigrex. Now, Tigrex is one of the most popular monster in the Monster Hunter series, and he is extreme dangerous. And the reason why I put him on the top 4 list because I love Tigrex a lot. I love dealing with Tigrex because he is fucking beast. So there are a lot of species on Tigrex, subspecies on Tigrex, but I won't touch on that. I will touch only on the normal Tigrex because the normal Tigrex looks pretty okay. There is a lot of species actually. There's a Grimclaw. Actually, I kind of like the Grimclaw, but I also kind of like this guy. This one, the Doraxu, the Doraxu Tigrex. But they call it Doraxu. So this one is only from the Frontier G genuine. So I won't touch on that because this is another one, another kind. So let's go back to the normal Tigrex. Physiology. Tigrex is a large quadrupedal wyvern characterized by its massive head and jaws, powerful limbs, and striking yellow-blue stripe coloration. The top of its head is tipped with a pair of horn-like ears, and segmented tail ends with a spiny protrusion. So this guy is a ferocious, leaping son of a bitch who loves to dash forward to you and start kissing the shit out of you and start biting the shit out of you. Because this guy is a fucking idiotic monster to deal with. Because I hate dealing with Tigrex. I mean, even though I like Tigrex, I like how Capcom kind of designed him. But I just hate how Tigrex attacks because it's really annoying. Sorry about that. Just took another sip of my dear little beer. Alright. Abilities on the called True Battle. As a called True Battle, what? Because Wyvern, its wings have evolved into 4 legs, which allows it to run at very fast speed. So that's why I hate dealing with Tigrex. I dealt with him. I managed to able to kill him. It's now easy for me to kill because I know how he works, but his abilities are quite unpredictable sometimes. So it's really a little bit difficult for beginners to all of a sudden jump and fight against Tigrex. You need a lot of skills, because for me right now, I don't even need a stun trap, a shock trap to actually kind of stun him. No, I don't need that anymore. I actually do need to use a lot of sharpness and power to deal with this guy. So that's one of the annoying things to deal with Tigrex. Its wings have evolved into 4 legs, which allows it to run very fast speeds. Though it possesses a pair of adequately developed wings, it is rarely seen flying in a traditional sense. It is in fact more prone to gliding from location to location. It has a powerful set of lungs, which gives it the ability to produce extremely loud concussion roars and can physically damage nearby objects. So because this guy also can produce large sounds, a roar that basically kind of gives you a deaf status, where you have to cover your ears and stuff. If you go very close, there is a small AoE attack where it kind of gives out a small little blast of wind that also kind of damages you, and it's really, really dangerous if you go really that close. So I suggest, if you guys are stunned, make sure you just try and get out of there, because it will do some kind of posture, a stand-up posture, like a proper back, a spine back straight up, and then it lifts its head off and then does a loud roar. And the moment it does that, it kind of produces a small little area blast and kind of pushes you and gives you a massive damage as well, because that blast is really dangerous as well. So I suggest you try getting yourself out of there as fast as possible when it comes to that posture. So ears imitate that work with me attackers. Where was I again? Okay, here. Like many other monsters, Tigrex does not wield any elements. So this monster, like I said, there is other subspecies of Tigrex which wields elements, but only this one is the normal one, the common Tigrex. So I'll only touch on the normal Tigrex. I won't touch on the other special ones, because I like the normal Tigrex. I really want the normal Tigrex to appear. I don't want any other subspecies. I mean, I like the subspecies one. They look way cooler than the normal one, but I prefer Tigrex, the normal Tigrex, because the normal Tigrex is way easier to be dealt with than other ones, because the others does way more ferocious than the normal one. Really, it relies on the sheer brute strength to bring down opponents. So this guy also, I forgot to mention, this guy will do some kind of posture as well, movement where he kind of pushes the ground and then throws out like 3 gigantic boulders at you. Not exactly rolling boulders, but lifted up rocks at you. And you have to kind of dodge that, because in the Monster Hunter number 2, it kind of there was an ability, a range ability, that he kind of moves his arm forward and then kind of pushes the ground and then try to actually give out a range attack to you. So that's one of the dangerous part as well. You have to kind of dodge that rock. So the behavior, like I said, the behavior and the habitat, and this one right here, you guys take a look. So onward to the third one, top 3. Alatreon, the other Elder Dragon that I love the most. Now this Elder Dragon is special. I love this Elder Dragon, but it was only introduced in Monster Hunter 3. I'm not sure whether did he actually appear on. Yeah, it only appeared on number 2. That's all. So Alatreon, I want to see Alatreon back. Even though Alatreon, the popularity is not that big, but I just want Alatreon to be appearing back, because Alatreon is my favorite Elder Dragon of all time. But this is not my favorite, because Chaotic Gormagala is my favorite, the most favorite Elder Dragons. So Alatreon is actually known as the Blazing Black Dragon, and his abilities. Alatreon is elementally unstable, possessing control over the dragon, fire, thunder, and ice element. So these are the 4 elements that only he uses. Other than that, like the water element, he doesn't use water elements, so there is a probability that you can actually kind of use the water element to deal it. But you have to be really careful as well, because he does a lot of damage when it comes to. He kind of does a lot of damage when it comes to doing one kind of movement, a blast movement, that can really does a lot of damage. He can also kind of trample you over by doing a small little run off that kind of tramples over the enemy. So you have to also be careful with that one if you're doing your Alatreon. I also hope that Alatreon kind of appears in the Monster Hunter world. So let's just say Alatreon is elementary, unstable, possessing control over the Dragon, Fire, Thunder, Ice elements. When weakened, Alatreon will fly high into the air and rain down ice crystals. Some ice crystals fall on random spots, while others may target certain players. Alatreon will only use the ice and thunder elements while in the air. It is said that it has the ability to of all the true Elder Dragons: Kushaladora, Camellias, Lunastra, and Teostra. So these are the 4 dragons who has the true elemental powers, because Kushaladora controls the wind, Camellias controls the dragon and poison, Lunastra controls fire, and Teostra also controls fire. But both these Lunastra and Teostra are true fire users, are true fire possession, because both these dragons know how to control fire. But this guy is unstable because he controls all four elements, and that's what makes him unstable. But what makes him beautiful and what makes him really cool is when he goes on a rage mode, his horn kind of glows in a white kind of crystal, heavenly like. So let's continue. Although since it's elementally unstable, it is unable to truly harness that power. Yes, because this dragon has control of all 4 powers, but it is unstable. Now it is able to call down lightning to strike the hunter, much like the White Featherless, both on the ground or in the air. When it is about to perform this attack, its horns will glow bluish white. Its colors are also more pronounced, and when it is using the various elements. Behavior. I would like you guys to read the behavior and also the habit. So also, I will allow you to actually kind of give you the idea on, give you this one. I'll show you down here as well. And yeah, so without further ado, onward to the second one. So this, I hope Alatreon, actually I like Alatreon to be appearing in the Monster Hunter world, but I think there's a possibility there would be a room for Alatreon to appear. So onward to the next one, Chaotic Gore Magala. Now, Chaotic Gore Magala is basically both kind of types. One is the normal Gore Magala, and one is the other is Shagaru Magala. Basically 2 forms in one, but this one is different. This one is while molting, it was being interrupted. So Chaotic Gore Magala is a variant of Gore Magala introduced in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. So Gore Magala only appeared in the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. So this is called the Black Eclipse Wyvern. Chaotic Gore Magala. So because of all monsters, the Gore Magala and the Chaotic Gore Magala is one of my favorite dragons of all time. But I chose Chaotic Gore Magala because he looks far more badass and also really ferocious and also really, really reckless. Because I've seen some people play against Chaotic Gore Magala and it was really fucking difficult. It was super difficult to deal with. Because Chaotic Gore Magala, not only is it difficult to deal with, but it also kind of gives out a very ferocious attack movements, and you have to really predict its movement a lot, because there's a lot of chance where a lot of people kind of made a mistake that when it wants to go to the right, it ends up going to the left side and then do some weird stuns to kind of damage you. That's the one of the dangerous thing about Chaotic Gore Magala. So physiology, despite on the unique name Chaotic Gore Magala, it is actually just a normal Gore Magala, which has been traumatized or otherwise interrupted during the process of molting into Shagaru Magala. So this is an interruption stage. So as a result of one half of one side of its body has fully molted, because of its improper molting process, it is left looking like an amalgamation of Shagaru Magala and Gore Magala. Chaotic Gore Magala retains all the abilities of Gore Magala, but boasts increased strength and ferocity. It is also has some abilities from the Shagaru Magala, but it's more reckless with its attacks. So this is basically like another copy. It is a copy of Gore Magala and Shagaru Magala's attacks, but it's far more reckless, and it is also more ferocious. So I really like Gore Magala because I really listed this guy as number 2 of my most favorite and most wanted dragons to be appearing. So next one is Stygian Zinogre, my most ultimate favorite dude of all time. Stygian Zinogre is my favorite dragon of all time, because if you guys don't know who Stygian Zinogre, he is the normal Zinogre, but Stygian Zinogre is the subspecies. So there's the Zinogre, which is normal one, and the subspecies called the Stygian Zinogre. There are other subspecies of Zinogre, but of all the subspecies, Stygian Zinogre is my favorite. So, name Stygian Zinogre. Titles: Hellwolf Wyvern, Emperor of Hell. This guy is a fucking beast. I tell you, man. When it comes to dealing with a Stygian Zinogre, the only thing you have in mind is running away from a Stygian Zinogre. For in this case, I have never fought a Stygian Zinogre before, but I have kind of like saw I did play, saw some people play against Stygian Zinogre, but I didn't really encounter him much. I didn't actually like playing against him, because even though he looks cool, but he's really difficult, because I have trouble dealing with this Stygian Zinogre. For me, dealing with a normal Zinogre is fine, but for Stygian Zinogre, no way. I am not dealing with Stygian Zinogre at all. So abilities: its thunder-like attacks are different in coloring from the ordinary Zinogre. This Crimson Ray Black Lightning deals dragon element damage. So this guy is an elemental dragon type. It is able to imbue its attack by a dragon element due to its absorption of multiple bugs. So because this guy uses thunderbugs, he uses thunderbugs as a support. So there is a chance where if you want to get the great thunderbug juice out of him, you kind of have to strike more in his head to kind of stun him, and also kind of disrupt his form of the true form of the Zinogre, because he has about 3 forms. One part is that he is normal, like really cool. The second part is when he starts charging up, his horns becomes the glow reddish black. When it comes to the third form, it is his full charge. When his full charge, it's basically his rage mode. And when it's rage mode, his ferocity is a lot more dangerous than his first stage and his second stage. His first stage is a lot more slower. His second stage is slightly slower, but a little bit increase on his speed. The third one is full speed and full ferocity. Not only full ferocity, full damage as well. So that's what makes this guy the most dangerous subspecies of the Zinogre. So, continuing forward, these bugs are red-colored orbs that float around the Stygian Zinogre. They closely resemble the Great Thunderbug. Like I said, they are kind of like connected to the Great Thunderbug from previous games. When released, these orbs can fly directly at the hunter and explode on contact, dealing significant damage. It is really dangerous. Behavior: due to living in both tundra and volcano where food is not always plentiful, Stygian Zinogre have to be highly aggressive to other predators for food and territory. So there are other Zinogres out there, but of all Zinogres, I chose this Zinogre because this Zinogre is my favorite of all the other Zinogres. But I can show you the Emperor, the Thunderlord Zinogre. The Thunderlord Zinogre is basically the Golden Zinogre, but only the horn is different, and this is slightly more aggressive. But I just don't like about this Zinogre, this Thunderlord Zinogre, is because this guy is really one of the rarest species, but also really annoying to deal with. So this guy only comes out in the 4th, and I'll show you the Immortal Zinogre. The Immortal Zinogre is only on the mobile phone, so that is only that's where he only appears. The thing is that he is slightly more badass a little bit, but there's very I really want to see this guy coming in, but I just hope he only just gets out of the mobile and starts coming in for the Monster Hunter the Monster Hunter, what is it called again, world, only that. So without being said, that is all for today. Thank you guys for watching. This is my top 10 listed. I know you guys might be saying, Ryan, you should do animation and stuff. I get it. I know. I haven't done animation. I have never done animation before. So forgive me on that one. On the other hand, I tried doing this properly. I tried showing you guys, but at least you guys know what my opinions are. Please write down in the comment section below about because I might be doing honorable mentions from you guys, from your thoughts and views on what your favorite monsters are and stuff. Make sure you write in the comment section below, because this list here are the monsters that I really love the most and the monsters that I really care the most. So without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please give a big thumbs up if you guys to see more. I'll be posting more videos for you guys to watch and see. So thank you guys again. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye. Oh, by the way, guys, before you quit the video, make sure to subscribe my channel. Make sure to support my channel as well. My channel is slowly growing bigger and bigger. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like the video as well. Make sure to also follow me on because I might be also be creating another video about my Twitch stream and stuff. So yeah, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.